Hello, teachers and parents, and welcome to Math Help with Miss McCarthy. I'm super excited that you all are here. Now, just so you know, these episodes are actually powered by you. That's right, parents. I know that your kids come home with math homework sometimes, and you're like, what? And teachers, I know that as you're planning, you'll come across math problems that make you think like, how am I going to guide my students through this? That's exactly why I've created Math Help with Miss McCarthy. If you have a math question that's got you stumped, go to mccarthymathacademy.com/mathhelp. And if your question is selected to be in an episode, you'll also receive complimentary access to the gold plan of the Taking on the Best membership. We're about to dive into today's problem, but before we do, I do want to let you know that you definitely want to stick around till the end, because as you're watching, you might be thinking, wow, I wish that there was a place that I could go to that had tons of video lessons and tons of printables that would just make my life easier to help my kid or my students to better understand. Well, you're definitely going to want to stick around because I will walk you through the members area. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to today's problem and let me teach you. Today's fourth grade problem comes from a fourth grade teaching team in Orlando, Florida. They reached out to me and they said, Miss McCarthy, please, we need something that we can send to parents because our fourth graders are struggling with rounding. And in fourth grade in Florida, they need to be able to round to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. So that's what we're going to do today. This question says to round 28,471 to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. I'm going to use a rounding song that I created to help me with the steps needed here. And this will involve rounding on a number line. So we have, let's first start to the nearest 10. So I'm going to just give myself some space. We'll say this is to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, and to the nearest 1,000. Let me go ahead and write 28,471 right here. The chorus of the song goes like this. The directions say to round to a specific place. Cool. So find and underline the place they gave you, which is the tens place, right? Find and underline the place they gave you. Draw a box around that digit and all the other digits before it. Now throw down a number line, splat. The given number is between this and that, meaning it's between 2,847 tens and the next 10, which would be 2,848 tens. Make a mark to show halfway, which would be 28,475. And our number would go right here. 28,471 would go right there. So the song goes, make a mark to show halfway. Before it, you round down. After you round up exactly halfway, you round up. So you can see here that our number, 28,471, comes before that halfway mark. So we're going to round down to 28,470 when rounding to the nearest 10. So 28,471 rounds to 28,470. That's when we're rounding to the nearest 10. Now that could change when we're rounding to the nearest 100. So let's do that. We'll write our number again. 28,471. The directions say to round to a specific place. Cool. So find and underline the place they gave you. So we are at the hundreds place. Draw a box around that digit and all the other digits before it. Now throw down a number line, splat. The given number is between this and that. So the number from the question, is between 284 hundreds and 285 hundreds, and I'll put some commas in there. The given number is between this and that. Make a mark to show halfway, and the halfway point is important because that lets us know how we're going to round. Okay, so our halfway point, since we're in between 28,400 and 28,500, our halfway point would be another 50, so 28,450. And 28,471 would be past that, maybe about right here. Before it, you round down. After you round up exactly halfway, you round up. So 28,471 is after the halfway point, so we're going to round up to 28,500. 28,471 rounds to 28,500 when we're rounding to the nearest hundred. And finally to the nearest thousand. So again, we'll take our number 28,471, the number that's been given to us, and we'll use a song. The directions say to round to a specific place. Cool. So find and underline the place they gave you. So we're rounding to the nearest thousand, so that digit 8 is in the thousands place. Draw a box around that digit and all the other digits before it. Now throw down a number line, splat. The given number is between this and that. So it's between 28,000 and the next thousand, which would be 29,000. Make a mark to show halfway. Since our increment is 1,000, halfway would be 500. So 28,500. And that point would come before the halfway mark, about right there. So it comes before the halfway point. So we round down. 28,471 rounds to 28,000 when you are rounding to the nearest thousand. All right, fourth grade team from Orlando, I hope that you found this to be helpful, and I hope that you're able to share it with your families. That way your parents are in the know for what is going on in fourth grade. If you haven't checked out the rounding song, I would definitely recommend checking that out, because we want our students to be able to know how to round using a number line. And why? Because it creates that number sense, but there's also a process involved. There's a lot going on with rounding, and so I try to make this rounding song to help students understand the process of rounding on a number line to help build that number sense. We're about to take a peek inside the members area of the teacher membership. Before we do that, I wanted to pause real quick and thank you so much for watching this video. If you are finding any value in this video, you can send me some love simply by liking this video. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy this content, and it lets me know that I should be creating more content like this for free. In fact, by liking, by subscribing, by sharing this, it allows me to continue to do what I love, and that is to bring this free content to you. So thank you so much for doing that. Okay, let's go ahead and take a peek inside the members area. So here we are at the members enter here section of the website. We're going to look at some video lessons so you can see what's behind the scenes. You might be thinking, well, how do I even take the next steps? If you look above, there are two different websites. If you're a teacher, type in the one that says /teacher. If you're a parent, type in the one that says /family. We are going to take a look in the teacher membership. So we're looking at fourth grade. This was a number sense benchmark. And if I keep scrolling down, I'm looking right here for this particular benchmark code, and that is where we are rounding to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. If I click this, it leads me to the bronze level of resources. There are bronze, silver, and gold. You can learn more about that when you go to the website above. I wanted to show you that I do have video lessons to help you. So here we have 1, 2, 3 video lessons to follow up with what you've done today. There's a printable student guide right here, and I will walk you through everything in these videos. You can see right here, we're doing the same thing where we're boxing the part that we're talking about. We're drawing a number line with the halfway point, all of that. This one is rounding to all three, the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. And then this one, we're putting it to use with why we even round to begin with, which is to help us estimate. So we're going to use rounding to estimate to find the difference or to find the sum in this video. And like I said, these are the bronze level of resources, which is a great entry point. But I do have teachers that are looking for more extra practice and mini assessments and all the things. So you can, when you go to the website above, you can check out the different tiers available and find the right one for your needs. Fourth grade team in Orlando, thank you so much for presenting me with this problem to help your families and to help others out there too. I really appreciate you submitting this question, and I look forward to seeing your question. I know that you have questions. Send them my way so I can help you and help others, and I look forward to seeing you in an episode real soon.